But suppose a random set is given to us, and suppose we have to check whether it is linearly dependent or independent, then how to check? So the process is, we are going to start with alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus so on alpha n vn is equal to 0, and we will try to find our values of alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha n. If alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha n comes out to be 0, then we will say that given set is linearly independent, otherwise it is linearly dependent. So let us solve one example on that. So I will explain you the process by giving one example, that is for v is equal to R2 and our set to be S4. So v is equal to R2 and our S4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to check whether this set is linearly independent or dependent. So the process is, we will call this vector as v1 and we will call this vector as v2, and I will start with, I will say let alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 is equal to 0, 0, where this alpha 1 and alpha 2 belongs to what? R. So this implies, let us now this is one system of linear equations. So if you solve this system, we will get alpha 1 is equal to 0 and alpha 2 is equal to 0. Now since alpha 1 and alpha 2 are 0, therefore this S4 is linearly independent. Now let us do one more example. V is R2 and our set I will take to be S3, that is 1, 2, 9 and 18. So I will call it as V1, I will call it as V2. So process is same. 0. Now why we are writing this 0? Because our 0 of R2 is 0, 0. Okay. So alpha 1, alpha 2 belongs to R. Now if we try to solve this system, we will not be able to find the values of alpha 1 and alpha 2 directly, because if you multiply this equation by 2, then we are getting the same equations. So in fact this is a homogeneous system, right, and which is having only one independent equation. So if we try to solve this by Gauss elimination method, so 1, 9, 2, 18, 0, 0, okay, and by performing the operation as by R2 minus twice R1, you will get it to be 1, 9, 0, 0, 0 and 0. So therefore this system star is equivalent to this system, alpha 1 plus 9 alpha 2 is equal to 0. Now what is the rank over here? So over here the rank is 1, which is less than 2, that is number of unknowns. Our unknowns are alpha 1 and alpha 2. right? Thus number of parameters are, how many parameters? Yes, that is 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. So it is very much clear that now this system is having infinite solutions. So whenever our system has infinite solution, then your given set is linearly what? Dependent. Okay. Now note few things. So whenever our set is linearly dependent, there is some relation between them. Relation between them in the sense what? For example, we have taken V is equal to R and S is equal to 1 comma 2. Now this set was linearly dependent, right? So there is some relation between these two vectors, and actually we did find that relation, and the relation was what? 2 multiplied by 1 plus minus 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to what? 0. Means it is twice V1 plus minus 1 V2 is equal to 0. So this is called as the relation between V1 and V2. Similarly, for another example, V is equal to R2 and I think S to be 1, 2, 9 and 18, right? So for this set, this is our V1, this is our V2. What was the relation over here? It was 9V1 plus minus 1 V2 is equal to 0. So this is the relation between the vectors of the set S. So whenever our set is linearly dependent, remember there is always relation between the vectors in that set. Now let us review notes on linear independence and dependence. So first of all, note that subset of linearly independent set is always linearly independent. What is the meaning of this? Suppose we are having two sets S1 and S2. Suppose S1 is a subset of S2 and suppose this S2 is linearly independent. Okay, so S2 is linearly independent will imply S1 is also linearly independent. So this is the meaning. Subset of linearly independent set is linearly independent. Now what about superset? So again, if we are having S1 is a subset of S2, now it is given that this S1 is linearly dependent. So therefore this note tells us that if S1 is linearly dependent, then our S2 is also going to be linearly dependent. This S2 is called as superset of S1. Now what is the third note saying? A set containing single non-zero vector is always linearly independent. For example, singleton 1 as a subset of R will be linearly independent. Again, the set 1 comma 2 as a subset of R2 will be also linearly independent because the set is containing only one vector, but remember that vector should be what? A non-zero one. The fourth note is saying a set containing 0 vector is always linearly dependent. So suppose you are having certain set as a subset of R, I will say, or R2, 1, 2, another vector is 0, 0. So it is sure that this set is going to be linearly dependent because it is containing 0 vector. So if you are given a set and that set is containing 0 vector, then you can directly say that that set is linearly dependent. So now we will go towards fifth is left, right? So fifth note. So if your set is containing two vectors, that is v1 and v2, then that set is linearly dependent if and only if v1 and v2 are scalar multiples of each other. What is the meaning? Just now we have seen two examples. See, this set was linearly dependent and this set was also linearly dependent. So by simple observation one can guess that these two sets are linearly dependent. How? Because if you multiply this first vector by 2, then you are getting this vector, right? And over here if you multiply this vector by 9, then you are getting this vector. So it means that these two vectors are scalar multiples of each other. Means this 2 can be written as 2 multiplied by 1, right? So 2 is a scalar multiple of 1. Over here this 9, 18 can be written as, if we take 9 out, it can be written as 9, 1, 2. So again it implies that 9, 18 is a scalar multiple of 1, 2. So that is nothing but our note 5th. Now what is our note 6th? Now this note 6th is for the vectors in R2, but note, if we are having two vectors in R2, then and then only we can use this note. Okay, so once you are having two vectors in R2, by simply finding the determinant. Okay, what is this determinant? It is actually AD minus BC. So whenever two vectors ABCD are given to you and the question is asked, check whether that two vectors are linearly dependent or independent. So you simply find the determinant. If determinant comes out to be non-zero, then we can directly say that two vectors are linearly independent, and if determinant comes out to be 0, then we can directly say that they are linearly dependent, because remember it is if and only if. So if I give one example, for example suppose this, if you are having 1, 2, 3 and 4, so this is a subset of R2 having two vectors. So by using this note we can directly check the linear independence or dependence of this set. Simplifying the determinant 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see that this determinant comes out to be non-zero, right? So therefore this set is linearly independent. Similarly, if you are having the set 1, 2 and 9, 18, so what about this? So if we find the determinant over here, this determinant will come 0. You can verify that. Okay, so which determinant I am talking about? This 1, 2, 9, 18. So this determinant is 0, therefore this set is linearly dependent. Okay, now note Now node 7 is similar as node 6, only the change is now in node 7 we need 3 vectors in R3. Then we can use the concept of determinant. So if you are having 3 vectors in R3, then simplify the determinant, and if the determinant comes out to be non-zero, you can say that 3 vectors are linearly independent, otherwise they will be dependent. Now same logic can be extended to R4 as well, but in that case you will need 4 vectors of R4. So if you are having 4 vectors of R4, then simplifying the determinant there, you can easily comment on the linear independence or dependence over there. So that's all for linear dependence and independence. Thank you.